Like, to me, the way I look at it right now, and I know people are going to hate me for this, he's not in my top 5 rappers list of all time.
Yo, 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 yo.
We got Levi's White.
Check out the full podcast. Link below.
We got to talk about Eminem's new song, Houdini, and also just have more of a high-level conversation about Eminem as a whole in his career. You know, it's so funny. I feel like people think we hate Eminem. I really believe that.
You absolutely do hate Eminem.
I don't hate Eminem. Never have claimed to hate Eminem.
You absolutely do. But
Stop pushing that on me, my guy. I'm here to tell the people, the Eminem fans, the stands, that I don't hate Eminem. I'm sure you don't either. However, Eminem has had a very, very long career.
Yes.
Bro, I was on Wikipedia yesterday and I looked up Eminem's age. He's 50. Actually, I think he's 51. Anyway, the point is, that is a long time to be in rap music from the days of Slim Shady. This is the same guy who was battle rapping back in the day. He got his come up really early in his teens. He's been in hip hop for a very long time is the point. And he's put out a lot of albums. Some great, some a little some pretty good, some classics. He has a lot under his belt, right? There's a lot we can go with this, but I do want to start with the Houdini song. What are your thoughts on that, man?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So,
yeah.
Eminem's goofier songs, which I would classify this as one of his goofy songs. You know, back in the day, Eminem came out with that first. So, like, whether it was My Name Is, whether it was The Real Slim Shady, whether it's Without Me, that was usually like his first single when he announces the album's coming out.
Yeah.
Then you'll get the single about his mom. He doesn't like his mom, or his daughter, dedicated to his daughter, or, you know, just his struggle. But this was one of the first goofy Eminem first singles that I really liked. First off, it gave me pure nostalgia. Initially, it's funny because I was talking to you yesterday. I thought that it had the same vibe as The Real Slim Shady, but it was actually you that said it has this similar vibe to Without Me, and he actually takes lyrics from that song. But I just feel that song, though his punchlines I still thought were a little corny, it gave me flashbacks to him in his prime.
Yes.
He was able to kind of channel his prime. And the interesting thing about him channeling his prime means he's going to be doing some of this goofy stuff like that. You know, for me, I liked it. It's symbolic that we might be getting a classic Eminem performance on this new album, which has a fire title, like we were just saying, The Real Slim Shady, The Death of Slim Shady.
The Real.
Yeah.
Death
So
of
I'm
the
excited.
Real Slim Shady.
I'm very excited.
No, that's a hell of a look. That's a good segue because for me, man, look, I'm not here to slander this guy today, man. This is an appreciation day for M. Yo, respectfully, M is like the second rapper in my life that I love. I'm talking about the days of when I was 10 years old, when I first got introduced to hip hop. First is DMX. That will never not be number one. He's the first rapper I freaking was like, nah, who the hell's that? But M was number 2 for me. I remember when the Marshall Mathers LP came out. I remember when all them joints came out. You talked about a lot, the personality in his music, the nostalgia that he brought to the table with this new record, Houdini. I feel like it is likely going to set him up for a really good project. And I'm really curious to know, when he says the death of the real Slim Shady, what does he mean by that? What kind of music are we going to be getting? Is he be taking that literal? Is he saying this whole fun persona is no longer going to be part of his brand? Is he trying to put this behind him? Like, I want to know what's going on here, because I do like Houdini a lot. I like it a lot. I like the bars. He's really spitting in that joint. He did a lot that I think I really like. And you got to check out the video too. Video's phenomenal. Actually reminds me of the Without Me video. Very similar. Let's have a more, I think, high level combo about M though. You know, I talked about some of the great projects, you know, whether it's, you know, Marshall Mathers LP, right? Obviously, The Real Slim Shady. He's dropped a lot of that stuff. But those were long time ago. He had a little dip in his career. And I think even M fans will probably admit that, right? Like the recovery days, those are dark days for M. Not only was it dark days for him personally, even if you look at the content of the music, recovery, he literally was talking about him recovering from drugs and all this stuff he was going through. And I think the music actually did suffer. But like, do you believe that M can make a comeback and he can have the second wind in his career, similar to like what Nas has been able to do with the whole King's Disease series? Does he have it in him?
I do think so. If he decides to do this theme, like, because this is a theme. I've always wanted a solid theme from Eminem from day one. So Relapse and Recovery had a theme, but it to me was just kind of like really wacky. At the time, let's be real, at the time Eminem was coming out with those albums, music was not as creative as it is now. there are a bunch of artists that are similar to Eminem, like the Logics of the world and stuff like that, that's kind of normalized Eminem's sound, you know? This Houdini track, especially with it coming out after the seriousness of the Drake and Kendrick beef, just kind of felt good. It just felt like a direction that would be fun if hip hop win it. You know, for me, if he just kind of sticks with this theme, the real Slim Shady is dead, and then maybe the next one is like the emergence of, you know, Mr. Eminem, Marshall Mathers or whatever. That would be dope. I think he wants to solidify his legacy. Like, to me, the way I look at it right now, and I know people are going to hate me for this, he's not in my top 5 rappers list of all time.
Okay.
He's just not. Not because he's not good, but I just have 5 people ahead of him. And one of the people, to your point, was Nas. I did the top 5 list. I'm going to put it on RGM. I'll let y'all know. I'll give y'all a peek. Nas made my list. And Nas made the list because his last King's Disease run, I was like, yo, I got to put him on that list. Eminem is floating. Like Joe Budden recently said, you know, Kendrick Lamar is 5-ish on his list.
Okay.
He was like, there's a bunch of people at 5 that I can put.
Yeah.
And he's like, in that 5, to me, Eminem is like that for 6. He's in that 6th list.
That's interesting.
And I think if he can do something, if he can pull a trick out of his hat, all puns intended, I think he can solidify himself in the top 5 again.
Look,
for me, or he can end up in the top.
I like where you're going with that. Look, for me, I'm gonna say I think he can do it. To me, it all depends on who is producing the music.
I was literally.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Just think of that.
If he locks in with Dr. Dre, the same way Nas has locked in with Hit Boy for all this run that we just discussed, I believe M can do it because, again, speaking of the theme of the music, we already seen it with the visuals and Houdini. We see the energy's different. There's something different happening here.
You know,
if the man locks in with Dr. Dre, he can do it. If he don't,
it doesn't
I
even
don't
have to be
think so.
Dr. Dre.
It got to be Dre.
You know who he can lock in with? Who I believe produced this song, The Alchemist. If he locks in with The Alchemist for like a 15, 14 song, The Alchemist is great.
Alchemist is a
The
legend.
Alchemist.
No, he's a legend.
Alchemist produced Meet the Grams.
He did.
Alchemist right now is on a wave right now.
I like that.
So if he can link up with The Alchemist, woo.
Listen, Alchemist, give me some Dre production.
Alchemist.
Give me some Dre production.
Give me
some Alchemist production. Bring back Scott Storch. Not Scott Storch. Actually, you know who would be dope? Sorry, real quick. Even throw in Conductor. Give me some
throwing some Conductor.
Give me some
Williams.
Conductor Williams.
And they don't gotta do all the like serious dark in the slums beats, but like they'll know there's the root of their beat will be just high quality stuff.
We want to know what y'all think though. Is this another run for M that he's setting up with his new song Houdini? Y'all drop y'all thoughts and opinions in the comments.
Listen to the full episode, link below.